Hi there, Capricorn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your full moon reading for June 24th, 2021. So, of course, I'm not an astrologer or astronomer or every other, star moon sign studier. So I did consult with some of the experts, and so they say that this full moon of June 2021, it relates to good fortune and optimism. So that's fabulous. A real worldwide lifting of the spirits, right? And this time is also related to generosity. And so we might immediately think of money, which sure it is, but it's also the other things. It's our attitude, it's the way we think of other people, the way that we offer acceptance maybe instead of judgment that we normally would or that other people are. So, it's the generosity of spirit that is more to the point here. And so right now is also about success. Isn't that fabulous? It's about ambition, so setting your sights higher than they've been before. It's also about honesty. So, when you're got your sights set on success and things like that, make sure that you are being very honest with yourself and with the ones around you. Doesn't mean you need to tell all your secrets or anything like that. That's not the point. But just being honest in what you are trying to accomplish, especially in business. Anytime you are dishonest, that's the better word. Anytime that you're lacking in honesty, at some point that's going to come back and bite you. And so just be honest to start with, and everything then has the opportunity to be smooth. Hang on one second. And there's the last card. So right now is a time to look for and find balance between career and family. So some of you have been working too hard, spending not enough time at home. Some of you have been working not enough and spending too much time at home. So, there is a balance on both sides, right? There's a balance between earning the money for the family or spending the time with the family, right? So, you might have a specific thing in mind, a specific goal, which is why maybe you've been working more lately and things like that. There is still a balance. You want to make sure that you stay healthy and that your family relationships stay healthy. So this is a time, for expressing your feelings. So we're all in a bit of a flux time right now where it seems that the world is opening up more recently. And so we're feeling really, really great about that. We're also, though, just finishing Mercury retrograde, where communication is skewed, and emotions are just riding high is what we're trying to say here. And so be very careful when you're expressing your feelings, because they might take you unaware, right? Maybe just hold your tongue until you know exactly what you want to say and how you want to say it. And that avoids conflict and it avoids hurting people, right? So this is a really good time to work on your relationships and to get things ironed out. Anything that's not been smooth, get it, so that the communication is better, so that there's understanding between you. And that will just help life in general so much. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Capricorn, let's just see what's going on here with this reading. Okay. Okay, so number one, you are protected. Archangel Michael is with you. You do have to ask. He is an amazing archangel, and so he can be with every single person on the planet if they want him to be. So there's no limits at all for Archangel Michael. So just ask for his presence, and then he'll be with you. And his job is to provide protection, among others. That's, he has a lot of things that he specializes in, but that's a really strong one for him. And so he provides protection. So if you just ask for the protection, then you are assured of having it. You do have to renew that regularly, at least every day, right? So asking for that is important. And so Michael also helps you, little spider. Michael also helps you have the courage to make life changes. So whenever you're trying to make changes, whenever you want something to go well, ask. Ask for help getting it done, getting things smoothly, operating, things like that. And that makes it much easier that any obstacles, that you will see them in time before you stumble on them, and that you will be provided with opportunities to fix those things, and that you'll know how to fix those things. So that's how Michael works. Okay. And so when you have called in either Michael or any other of the archangels or your personal guardian angels, that helps you access your inner wisdom. So they're just telling me that there's a situation going on. You're on the surface, you're kind of going, I don't know what to do about this. But truly, you do know. You need to tap in a little bit to your own inner wisdom. You need to see what's going on in there. It takes, a couple of minutes, but it takes just being deliberate and actually doing it, right? And you already know the answer. Your gut knows. And so you just have to acknowledge it. For some of you, you don't really want this answer, and that's why you're kind of slow to face it. But please do face that. Please see that that's the best answer, even though it's difficult for you to do it. It feels like it involves creating a boundary and speaking it and enforcing it. So for those of you who are having trouble with your boundaries right now, you need to enforce those. It's in your best interest. And in fact, it's in the best interest of the people who you're enforcing it with, because they're better off too when you're your own real authentic self. Yes. Okay. So something that you're considering doing. Okay. For many of you, this feels like it's business. It's job change, maybe it's it's something, career, money, whatever, that kind of angle. And so for some of you, this is not going to resonate with everybody, because this is a general reading, and so some of you will take this and some of you it'll be different. But there's something else you need to check into before you take steps further forward. So making sure that you're doing your due diligence. So this does, for many of you, it does feel career, work, something like that, employment or self-employment, whatever that is. Just make sure that you've got all the information. Don't rush anything. Make sure that ask around the experts, ask different people, what would your questions be if you were doing this? And so you might discover things that you didn't think to ask about, right? Even asking, so I'm seeing somebody asking, there's two people, they're sitting with a desk in between them. And so one is the one giving the advice, and then there's yourself receiving the advice. Ask that person, if you were me, what else would you want to know? Like, what else do you know that you think you'd like to tell me? So instead of being specific in asking specific questions, ask the big, broad questions as well. Right? And not everyone will have something. They'll think they've told you everything already. But then, later on, if they think of something, they're going to go, oh, I should call that guy or that woman, whatever. Should call that person and tell them that I thought of this, right? So that will be helpful. It could also be, a more informal, it might not be a desk with, people across it, but either way, ask the questions, get all the answers that you could possibly think of, there still might be things that come up later, but, it's more likely that there'll be tiny things easily dealt with. But right now, you need to look further into this before you continue. And it doesn't mean stop. It means make sure you are prepared to, for whatever those answers are, make sure you know what about them and how to deal with them before you continue. Because some of those things might be a deal breaker for you, right? Okay. And you have everything it takes, to do this. Okay, hang on. Angels are just saying go back to this card. For some of you, this is not business related. For some of you, this is in your personal relationships. So there's something that you're not seeing, something you're about to step into blindly. Please slow down. So, this feels like pretty new relationships. Chances are your trust is not misplaced, but there's something there that just you haven't seen yet. It may be no big deal, but it might be a big deal for you, right? So just go slow. Take the advice of your angels and just take a bit of time. There's no rush. This is just looking after your own self, and I'm seeing some kids involved too, so looking after kids. Make sure that you fully understand right down to your heart center what you're considering, what you're getting into if you step forwards, and just wait a bit. Anything that requires you to really hurry up and do it quick is likely ego based and is not based upon guidance from your angel team, right? So just slow down. It's okay. There's no rush. Okay, now we can get to this. You are definitely strong enough to handle everything that is going to come your way. No problem. So for some of you, you're going to feel a little overwhelmed. You're going to feel like, oh, there's too much detail. There's too much going on. There's too much to do. No worries. One step at a time. Again, ask for help from not only your angels, but also from the people around you. Be specific what you want them to do and to accomplish, or if you want somebody to research something for you, just ask them to do that, trust them to finish it, and then they will give you the kind of the report sort of later, right? And then you can deal with it then. So that makes it all really manageable, doesn't it? So you have everything that it takes, is what I'm seeing, it's what I'm hearing. There's some things that you will choose not to do, but that's because they're really not, an integral part of what you're working on. So that's totally fine. Some things can be delayed. Other things need to be on the priority list. So evaluating that all the time and just being calm about it, it's all good. It's all good. You have what it takes. And so here's where we get to this amazing part of this reading. It's all been pretty good, you're really protected and you know what to do. You have what it takes. You've got the people. You just have to have a little bit of caution for a short while. But you have an infinite supply of abundance. Like, holy cow. I want to be that, right? Everybody wants to be that. So you have not only all the strength and the skill and the knowledge and everything, you've got all the abundance coming to you. This is truly amazing. Now, certainly some of this is, you being smart with the abundance and multiplying it in wise ways and in exciting ways. But no matter what, you're always looked after. This is so amazing. I'm so pleased for you. Fabulous. And here we have victory. Victory, your desire is coming to fruition. Woohoo! Time to celebrate. That is so awesome. Not only do you have all the abundance, but now you have the victory too. So this is absolutely fabulous news. I couldn't be more pleased for you. Capricorn, this is great. Keep up the good work, it says. Yes. There you go. Because you're earning this, Like certainly there's always protection from Archangel Michael and other angels and, all that stuff. That is always with you. But you have created this. Your hard work, your perseverance, your knowledge, your reaching out. Keep doing that stuff because that's what's giving you all this success. That's amazing. Okay, so let's pull one last bit of wisdom from your daily guidance cards. Opportunity to forgive. So here, with all this abundance and this success, there's something, it feels like some of you think there is a different person who you need to forgive for something that, that they've done. Your angels say that when you are truly at ease within your own self, when you know that you're doing the best you can all the time, and when you can forgive yourself for the things that you think you've done wrong in the past, then that's when you're really on track. This forgiveness is of yourself, first and foremost. So anything that triggered you, that maybe your reaction was not what you wanted it to be, or maybe you think you made a mistake, or I don't know what it is. There's something that you've done in the past that has negatively impacted your present. Time to forgive yourself. You were doing the best you could. And you had to get through that in order to grow. You had to learn that in order to actually know it now. If you hadn't done that then, you'd still have that in front of you to do that action that you think was a mistake. So it's behind you now. Perfect. Beautiful. And as soon as you realize that you can forgive yourself, then it makes it so much easier to realize that other people don't need forgiveness. That's just a myth that we've been taught, or that we think. Everybody's journey is their own. Your actions are your actions, and how they affect other people is something that is beyond your control. And the same is also true. Other people, their actions, while they do affect you, the effect that it has on you is beyond their control, right? So truly, there is nothing of their behavior for you to forgive, because they didn't know that was going to happen to you, or that it would affect you in that way. So it's all up to you to forgive yourself for judging that, or forgive yourself for whatever you did. It's all good. It's all how it was supposed to be, so that you could learn that stuff. So you're beautiful, and don't let anybody tell you different. Okay. What a fabulous reading for you, Capricorn. Can I ask you to hang around for one more second here, one more minute, and we will offer love and healing and all that abundance that you've got within you. And let's send that throughout the whole world. Oh, and make everybody just get a case of the warm fuzzies, right? Fabulous. Oh, thank you, Capricorn. I appreciate you. I love you. And I will see you next time.